This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Brandon Andrus Green.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast Live. Sometimes the right encouragement arrives exactly when someone needs it, and sometimes it arrives in a box. Today I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Lauriona Collins. Lauriona with Boxed and Blessed. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing so well. So for someone discovering your business for the first time, what is Boxed and Blessed? And what can someone really expect when they open one of your boxes?
So, Box and Bless is a Christian subscription box that creates intentional moments. And as of right now, it's only for women. We're trying to eventually broaden it out to men, children, and family bundles. But it is to create you to spend time with God and deepen like your relationship through the monthly biblical themes.
Wow. And what gave you the idea? What first gave you the idea to kind of combine faith, encouragement, and some carefully chosen products in this manner?
Well, originally, Box and Bless has started with my best friend. We were having like our usual conversations about how we both would like to start a business and the things we wanted out of life. And honestly, we both got this brilliant idea at the same time to do subscription boxes. And from there, the conversation began to be like, okay, well, if we do subscription boxes, what about if we created it for like Christians and the walk of life so that they can have help and guidance? And from there, we got the idea to do mysteries every month. So it's not the same box every month. It's literally different. And I will say, looking back, we truly believe that God gave us the idea. He planted it in our hearts because that's not something that neither one of us ever would have thought of on our own. And I will say that one thing I always say is it's not my business, it's God's business, and He views me as the vessel. And so she's no longer with the company. She had other obligations and responsibilities that required her full attention, but we both agreed that we could make the business just mine. And I will say it has been a big transition doing it on my own now, but I feel that God was calling me to proceed with moving forward with the boxes.
I love it. And I think it's a great idea. So, who are these women and in the future, men and kids and families that you most hope to reach? What do you want them to really feel when these boxes arrive?
I would really like them to feel God presence. Um, so I will say that most people, when they think of Christian boxes, they think that it's just like a lot of items with verses on them. But with my box, what I tend to do is have faith-based um, hands-on activities, and sometimes we place, of course, those verses on bottles and things like that in there. But the whole goal is for you to actually feel God in those moments that you receive it.
And how do you decide? How do you really choose the items and make sure each box carries the clear message instead of just feeling like random collection of products?
So I do sit with God. I sit in that presence of Him. A lot of times I make sure no distractions are around. I, of course, am doing my praying and things of that nature with worship music. And a lot of times I sit with Him and I ask Him, what do He think is needed in these boxes for the month? And a lot of those ideas just randomly come in my head. Usually it starts with a scripture or it starts with a book of the Bible. And from there, a lot of things flow. And I do study the word. So let's say, for example, this month, I actually started a series. So last month it was Psalms 139, and it's a 3-part series. And so I was kind of having my moment with God where I was like, am I doing the right thing? Am I actually walking in the purpose that you have for me? And all of a sudden, Psalms 139 popped in my head. So I went and read it. And when I was reading it, it was like He was telling me and reminding me, like, I'm with you. I've known you, I'm guiding you, I'm leading you. And so it reminded me of the purpose of why he placed this idea to even do the Christian boxes in my mind and in my heart. And so yeah, and that's normally how it goes. And so I already have like 6 months worth. Things do
Wow.
yeah, things do change over time because sometimes I'm like, well, does this actually fit with the theme? Does it not fit with the theme? And I go back into prayer to make sure that that's what's needed and go from there.
And what should these women expect to get in their boxes?
So, since of course it's based off of like themes, for example, I'm not gonna really be able to discuss this month because it hasn't came out yet.
Yeah, the
I put
secret.
boxes. I've put in there flower kits, for example, for people to go out and plant the flower and they watch it grow over the month,
Wow.
and it symbolizes them in the season that they're in. Or I've done reflections of like break every chain. That was like our second box. That was a theme where you write down things that hold you back, that have you bounded to, things that aren't maybe godly or you're struggling with. And the purpose is for you to write on it and then break the chains off as the things are being accomplished. Um, we have reflection cards in there. We have devotionals. We have certain self-discovery books. It's a very large range of a lot of things. And you do still see mugs and like items that are, I guess, verse based for you to put on your desk or just have around the house. So uh, and then random snacks. We also do snacks in there. We do unique items that people would even think of, little drinks, like that are not common to find, or collaborator items. Sometimes we want to spread other people's business, so we'll ask them to be also a part of it.
Wow. And how's the general public kind of received this? What have people been thinking about it?
A lot of people are, every time I tell someone what the business is or when they see it, they're like, I never would have thought of that. or or they say like, that's a different one, but I like it. A lot of people like the idea. A lot of people gravitate towards the idea. And I always, of course, give thanks to God because once again, I don't think I would have thought of that of my own. I wanted to do modest wear. And God was like, no, I have a different plan for you. Not saying it's not there, but I feel like he was just like, no, that's not what I have for you right now. And I want to minister to people because I've been in dark places and he has definitely brought me out of the pit of it. So a lot of people like the idea.
What are you doing to get the word out? How do people find out about you?
So I do social media, but I'm not a huge social media fan. So I do struggle in that area. A lot of it is word of mouth, and a lot of people that are subscribed or they purchase, they normally tell other people about it. Of course, I'm attached to local churches and other individuals that are also Christ-like based in their business, and we usually come together and we spread each other's business out.
I love it. And as the business grows, what do you really want to become known for Boxed and Blessed?
I really want to be known for people actually receiving growth and feeling closer to God. I don't want it to just be, oh, I get this box every month and it has cute things in there, but I'm not growing. Nothing's changing in my life. I'm just here. And I would really like people to be like, no, this has grown my faith and it made my walk a little easier. I try to be very personable throughout my box. And I'm very personable with individuals that actually subscribe. I email them, I check on them, I pray over them. So I would like for my business to continue to be known that it's teaching them patience and forgiveness and things that God say that we're supposed to be as his children.
What's one thing you want our listeners to really remember about Boxed and Blessed?
I would really like, well, I don't know if this is necessarily like a full on remembrance, but I I will say that the how do I say this? Sorry.
You're good.
I really love what I do, and I do put a lot of time and attention into the boxes. When they see the price, I just want them to remember it isn't just for the items that are inside. It does include like the shipping and the meaningfulness behind it, the packaging, um, and that it's not necessarily that I'm greedy or anything. I really want them to be affordable, but
Yeah.
it is that it. Sorry, at some point I lowered the cost, and I was either breaking even or I was pulling out of my own bank account, and that's really hard to do at times when you're a full-time student. And so I will just say I hope that people remember that aspect when, maybe they see that price and they're like, oh, that's a little expensive, if they look at it like that. But some people don't. Other people do. But
Yeah. So when they fund you, they're funding the good news being spread to others as well.
yes, exactly. Like, for example, I do condolence boxes, especially with people that are a part of the subscription that I've known, and they're actually open with me to tell me, like, hey, I just lost someone. Sometimes those extra funds go towards their boxes to help them through that grieving period of their life, and to also continue the business. So, yeah.
I love it. And how can listeners learn more, maybe order and connect with you?
I do have a website, boxedandblessed.com, and my email, boxedandblessed@yahoo. That's a good way. If they decide to follow me like on social media and reach out there, that's always a good way. I try to be active when I can. And yeah. Oh, and sorry. And the proceeds usually, if I have extra, do go towards like homeless or other nonprofits or other people business that I want to support, to help them grow as well. So
I love it. I think it's a great idea. Lauriona, really appreciate you being on the show and sharing your vision with us. We really wish you and Boxed and Blessed the best moving forward.
thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time to have me on and allowing me to spread.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnptulsa.com. That's gnptulsa.com or call 918-301-6356.